My name is Carlton Cartwright. I'm the Executive Director for the Veterans Memorial and Multicultural Histories Incorporated. And today is Tuesday, April 5th, 2022. And we're here at Riviera Beach Preparatory Achievement Academy. And sir, what is your name?
James Harville.
Yes, sir. And what branch of the service were you in?
I was in the Army. I was a corporal when I got out. In the Air Force, I was a staff sergeant when I got out.
Okay. And where were you living at the time you went into service?
In Phoenix, Arizona.
Mm-hmm. And what were you doing at the time?
I was in high school, and they drafted me while I was still in high school.
Oh, really? They drafted you into the Army?
They deferred me 30 days until I graduated. Then I went into the Army.
Okay.
1953.
Okay. And I'm sorry, where did you say you were living at the time?
In Phoenix, Arizona.
In Phoenix, okay. So where did you go to basic training?
Fort Ord, California.
And how long was basic training?
That was 16 weeks.
Okay. And did you, 16 weeks, did that also include your MOS? Your job? Your technical training?
Well, yeah, they just teach you how to shoot weapons and stuff like that.
Okay, all right. Were there any casualties that you know of during basic training?
No.
No? Okay, did you get hurt at all?
No.
Okay, good. All right, so that was 1953. Before you went to your first duty station, did you go home on leave, or did you go straight to your next duty station?
I went home on leave.
Okay. And for how long? A week or 2 weeks?
Yeah, a week.
And so after that, where'd you go after that? Where was your first duty station?
Well, first duty in the Army was Fort Hood, Texas, and that's where I stayed until I got out.
Okay. How long were you there?
2 years.
2 years. And so tell us about it. Well, first of all, tell us about basic training. I mean, you know, what was that like? What was that experience like? What were your training instructors like? What were your, you know, your...
They were all excellent. They were just good old boys.
Okay. Okay.
As long as you didn't give them any trouble, they were fine.
Okay. All right. What about your peers? Your peers, all good?
Yep.
Okay. How was the food?
Well, after I got to Fort Hood, it wasn't too good because it was a military training base, and about all we did there for the 2 years was just play cops and robbers. We'd go out in the field for maybe a week, come back 2 or 3 days, then go back for another week. Then ate a lot of sea rations, out of the little cans and stuff.
Right.
That wasn't too hot.
You didn't care for that too much, huh? Okay. Okay. So you're in Fort Hood for 2 years. Did you go on R&R? What'd you do when you went on leave?
Well, I just went home.
Okay, you just went back to Phoenix?
Yeah.
All right. Did you travel at all outside of Fort Hood with the military, your unit?
Not yet.
No?
Not the Army.
Oh, not the Army. Okay, yeah, that's right. We have 2 services to cover, don't we? Okay, so tell me 2 memorable incidences that occurred while you were at Fort Hood before we move on.
I really don't know about that.
Anything out of the ordinary? Anything special? Anything funny?
Not really.
No. Any casualties over the 2-year period? Anybody get hurt?
Oh yeah, there's you know, because we was in the 634th Armored Infantry, and we'd done a lot of traveling and tanks and stuff like that. And you know, at nighttime, we had a couple of guys that got ran over by the tanks. And then they had one time there was one of the tanks ran off a cliff and killed a couple of people.
Wow. Jeez.
They had 3 million acres there, and I covered every inch of it.
Okay. What do you mean? How did you cover it? What does that mean?
You know.
You driving, running, walking?
Every day. Mostly walking. Well, we were in the half tracks. most of the time.
Oh, you were what? I'm sorry?
And a half track, that's kind of like a tank. It's a portable, carried troops in it, you know, carried about a dozen people in it. And
Okay,
then it had a 50 caliber machine gun mounted on the top of it.
right. And so was that your weapon?
Yes.
Okay,
No, an M1 rifle, but you know, one was in the tank.
right.
Later on, after, you know, before I got out, I was a squad leader, and that was my job up there at the 50 caliber machine.
Okay, all right. I hate that, was there any unfortunate friendly fire on anyone?
No.
No? That's good. That's good news. Okay, so okay, you got drafted into the Army, why didn't you stay? I understand you went to the Air Force, but why didn't you just continue in the Army? Why did you switch over to the Air Force?
I didn't like the Army that well, you know, all that cops and robbers stuff, and then they was trying to get rid of people then because the war was over.
Oh, okay.
And so they let us out a month early.
Oh.
And so when I got out, I had a buddy of mine that was in the Army. He was a paratrooper in the Army, and he wanted to enlist into the Air Force to be a boom operator. And
right.
He talked me into joining with him.
Oh, okay.
So back then, at that particular time, we could, they would let you join together and stay together while you're doing all that.
It's like a buddy system.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I remember that, actually. Okay, so when you got out, did you go home before you, so how did you, okay, what was the process at the end of the 2 years?
I was at home. I was already home because I was discharged then.
Right. So you just went to the recruiter, or how'd you get in the Air Force?
Right. Well, we went to the recruiter.
Uh-huh. And so now, Lackland Air Force Base, or where'd you go for basic training? Or did you have to do both?
Didn't have no basic.
You didn't have to go, okay, right.
Because I already had basic training.
Right.
All I had was, my basic training was learning how to refuel those planes in the air.
Uh-huh, oh, okay. So,
Yeah,
what was your job?
My job was to operate that boom. When
Gotcha, okay, in
when
midair.
the airplane came up there, I'd operate that boom and connect the two planes together and give him gas.
Wow. And so, how long were you in the Air Force, by the way?
4 years.
4 years, okay. All right, so where was the duty station? Your first one?
Well, the first one was before we took our training. There was in Texas,
Okay.
and then from there,
What base?
I can't remember what it was.
Was it Lackland?
No,
No.
it wasn't.
Another
It
one?
wasn't like a base. It was just right there it was in Texas. I can't remember what it was called.
Okay.
But then from there we went to Montgomery, Alabama, and we stayed there for about a year or so. And then from there we went to Ohio.
Okay.
Rickenbacker Air Force Base, and was there until I got out.
How long were you in Montgomery, Alabama?
About a year or so.
About a year? And that was your job, being a boom operator?
Yeah.
Okay, were there any casualties?
Not that I know of.
Did
no.
you, okay, so where did you get to travel?
Oh, all over the world.
Oh, really? Well, tell us about it.
Well, we traveled to Puerto Rico. Spent a month in Azores.
What country is that in again?
Azores, Spain, I think.
Okay, right, okay.
Like I said, we spent a month in the Azores.
Uh-huh.
And every year we go to Africa.
Oh. Where
Denver
at?
Air Force Base there.
What's that? Oh, what now?
North Africa near Marrakech, that was the capital, I think.
Oh, okay.
And went, you know, we spent our weekends, you know, sometimes when we had the time to get off in England. And that was interesting, in Bermuda, Puerto Rico, and Greenland.
So you got to meet a lot of people in different countries,
Right.
civilians, and how did you enjoy that?
Oh, yeah.
How was the food?
Well, the only place I ate was in England, and they had a big restaurant there that served American food, so I always eat there.
Okay, all right. Okay. Just to go back for a minute, I believe, did you have any other family that was in the military?
Had aunts, my uncles, a couple of uncles,
What branch of the service did they serve in?
Army,
All of them?
right.
Okay, okay. All right, so, again, back to, things that stand out that you can remember in your job as a boom operator. Was everything always go smoothly, or were there ever any problems?
Always went smoothly.
Okay, that's
You
good.
would think if you get up there in the air, you'd be bouncing all around, but it's just like a car coming right up behind you,
Uh-huh.
and them big booms was like 20 foot long, and then had another boom inside that would extend another 20 foot.
Okay,
And they had micro switches on them, so you could tell him you could bring him in and tell him to either come closer
right,
or go up or down or right or left, because if he got too close, that would automatically disconnect, and they would come back. But I've never had that problem.
okay, did, oh, what kind of plane was it that you were,
KC-97 tanker,
and so what kind of planes were you refueling?
a B-47 and B-52.
Wow, geez, big plane. How large was that K what? K-47?
No,
The
97.
K-97. How large of a plane is
It
that?
was just a big 4-engine plane.
Okay, all right. And how many gallons of fuel would you be dispensing at a time?
About 300 gallons a minute.
Wow.
And we had 2 pumps that could go 600 gallons a minute if you had to.
Whew. Okay, so what was it like working with Air Force personnel? How did you get along or not get along with officers?
I got along fine with them.
Everybody was congenial, got along, okay, good. A lot of camaraderie?
Yep.
Uh-huh, okay. Have you maintained any of your relationships, friendships with people that you served with after the service?
Not really.
No, okay, all right. Do you belong to any military organizations?
No.
VFW, American Legion?
No.
Okay, all right, no problem. All right, let's see where we are. So
I don't drink or nothing, so I never go to places where they serve beer anyway, stuff like that.
I understand. What was it? Okay. Oh, so were there ever any casualties? Say, you were stationed where now? You were stationed for the first couple of years where?
Fort Hood, Texas
Okay, and then the next duty station?
was in the Air Force.
No, that's what I mean, but I'm saying, after the training you got in Texas, where was the base, the next base?
It was in Alabama.
Right, Montgomery. And, okay, so you said you were there for a year.
I don't remember, it was probably a year and a half maybe.
Okay. And the next base was?
In Ohio.
Okay, where in Ohio?
Rickenbacker.
Okay. And how long were you there? The duration?
Until I remained in my service.
Okay,
Got
then-
out.
What was it like being on that base?
It was nice.
Everything worked out?
Hmm?
Food wasn't bad, was it?
Yeah, then, yeah. Had all them sea rations.
Okay. You tired of that, huh? Okay. How did you stay in touch with your, in the Army and the Air Force, did you ever have a problem staying in touch with your family?
No,
No?
we could mail or phone.
Okay, all right. Kept that regular, that's good. That's good. You ever, in either service, have you ever felt like you did not have enough supplies? Did you always have the supplies that you needed to do your job?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, you had your supplies, okay. So,
Never had any pressure, nothing like that.
okay, oh, good. So it wasn't stressful?
No.
Uh-huh. So tell us about Europe. Did you spend time on the economy and get to relax, enjoy it? Did you get some R&R while you were over there?
Yeah, that's when I'd go into England there in London there.
Okay.
You go visit the Buckingham Palace and stuff like that.
Oh, really? What was that like?
You see them guards out there march around, you know, it was pretty interesting.
Okay. Okay,
And they had zoos and stuff like that.
They had what?
They had zoos, big zoos.
Oh, okay.
Visit there.
Okay. So, okay, anybody ever get hurt while you were in the Air Force that you know of? Any casualties?
No.
No? All right. So, all right, so what did you do? Where were you when you separated? You were in,
Ohio.
at Rickenbacker. So when you separated, what were your plans?
Well, while I was there at Rickenbacker, I met my wife there. I got married, so actually when I got out, I just stayed right there in Columbus.
Okay, so you lived there. How long did you stay in Columbus?
Well, probably 30 years. At that.
And so what kind of job did you get?
Well, I went to work for Western Electric. It was called Western Electric then.
Uh-huh.
And then it changed to AT&T. Then changed to Lucent Technology. And then it was changed again. Lucent, when I got out, it was Lucent. It had two names. But anyway, I spent 41 and a half years there.
Wow. What was your job?
Inspection?
Okay. Did you do any electrical? I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Most of it, they were just servicing cellular equipment.
What kind of?
Cellular?
Cellular?
Making cellular equipment.
Okay. All right. So what year did you go to work for them?
In 59.
Okay. And you left them in 99?
Right around, yeah, around there in 2000 something.
Okay. There you go. Okay. All right. So family, is that where, was your daughter born in Ohio?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. And siblings, how many kids did you have?
I had one boy and one girl.
Okay. All right. And what do you mean you have one boy and one? You mean, oh, so you only had two kids? Is that it?
You know, Lynette, my daughter, and then her brother, he passed away in 1960.
Sorry for your loss. Was he in the military?
No.
No. All right. Okay. Did you go back to school? Did you use your GI? Did you use your GI Bill for anything?
No.
To buy a house or go back to school? Nothing.
No.
No. Okay. All right. You get services from the VA yourself, though, right? Do you use the VA?
If I wanted to, yeah.
Okay. All right. Got it.
'Cause I got two different branches I could use.
Right. That's for sure. Okay.
No, I just went to work there at Western Electric, so I just stayed with them.
Okay. Did your military experience influence your thinking about war or about the military in general?
Yeah.
In what way? In what respect?
I'm glad that they're there to protect us.
Okay, so yeah, that's logical. And how did your service and experiences affect your life? What did they, in other words?
Made a better person out of it.
Okay, yeah. How old were you when you went in the army anyway?
Well, I think it's 19.
So it was a developmental experience. How do you feel it molded? How did it mold you?
Yeah, it helped, yeah. You know, by meeting all these people and going around the world visiting people. That's very interesting.
Okay, so do you have any suggestions, by the way, for young people that might be considering to go into the military? You know, look at, you know, kids, high school, maybe middle school, maybe, but definitely high school. They start thinking about what they want to do with their lives. And would you suggest that they go into the military, and why would you, if you would? Or why would you not?
Well, like some of these, you know, like the Air Force and stuff like that, you could join because you can enlist for what you want to be. Now, this is the Army. You go in there and you're told what to do you know.
Right.
Like when I was in the service in the Air Force, you know, I volunteered to be a boom operator, and that's what I did.
Okay. And apparently you enjoyed that, huh?
Right.
You like to fly, right?
Well, we flew all over the world. And, you know, every time we flew about 8 or 10 hours at a time.
Wow, man. Did you fly over Russia? Did you fly over the top, or?
No, we flew over Canada a lot. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So, okay, you flew over from. Did you ever land in Canada?
No.
No. All right. Okay, so give me a couple of your most memorable experiences while you were in the Air Force.
Just being up in there flying.
How large was the crew?
It was just a pilot, co-pilot, engineer, a navigator, then the boom operator.
Say it again?
5 people.
5 people. Okay. Okay. All right. And I guess you guys were like, did you go, I guess you ate and, you know, hung out together?
Not really.
No? Everybody went their own way?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, most of us was married, and, you know, we've done our own thing with our family.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything that you feel like I may have left out that you would want to share with us?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. Well, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for a wonderful interview, and I also want to thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Anybody have any questions? Do you have any questions? You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. Tiana? Jonathan? You sure?
Yes.
You guys have any questions that you'd like to ask Mr. Harville about his military experience? Everybody good? Okay. I made it, 25 minutes.